So today we're going to tell you about a new product that is so unique and so different that it'll literally catch flame. Okay, our idea is Flare Energy. Basically, the idea behind it is we have this bottle where at first all you can see is the blank F, but as you drink it, suddenly flames appear. So it's kind of like you're igniting the bottle just like you're igniting the flare in yourself, which is our main. Our test market is going to be in Chicago, Illinois, because that's where one of our events is going to take place. So we feel like our drink is mainly targeted at young adults and teenagers who are kind of like on the go, different, or very unique. That's what our drink is. It's definitely unique. Our overall target market is young adults and teenagers in suburbs of big cities and just all across the United States, basically. We feel like $1.70 is a good price for ours because if you look at our competitors, they range from 99 cents to about $3.20. So our product is on the lower side, but it's still a very quality product, so you can tell that you're paying a little more for something that's going to be really good.
Okay, well, our market, like our time frame, is going to be from July 18th to August 18th. There's two really big events that occur between that time frame. The Dark Knight Rises is released, which is probably like the most anticipated movie of the summer. The prequel to this movie, The Dark Knight, was the third highest grossing movie of all time, grossing just about $1 billion, which is a lot worldwide. And so we hope that if we place our product in this movie that a lot of people will see it and that it'll really help put out like the word about our product.
The other event that we're going to be doing, other than just product placement in the movie, is we're going to be not only sponsoring, but doing a few little things at Lollapalooza, which is a 3-day music event in Chicago. It has a wide lineup, a lot of people go there, it's a huge event, and there's a massive, massive audience. So there's a lot of people who are going to be there who would be willing to try the product. And also we're going to be sponsoring it, which just gets our name on almost everything there, gets more just attention out there, not even if they see the stand which we'll have, which will be giving out free samples. If they happen to not see that, at least they'll see our logo and our name on other things, and it just gets the name out. But we also chose to sponsor this particular event just because it has exactly the target market we're going for. In the same area, young adults, and people are also going to need a lot of energy to make it through the concert because it is outdoors and it's long, and they're going to need the energy, and that's what we're going to provide for them.
When we were thinking about ways to get our name out there, we figured that the best media place to get it would be Twitter, because that's what a lot of young adults and teenagers are getting into now. Although Facebook is still in the lead, Twitter is definitely the thing that people get their information from, and it's definitely on the rise. So we did 2 different promoted tweets, which you can see here. This one's about our first event, which is Batman, and then our second is about Lollapalooza. We feel like promoted tweets are basically when in your Twitter feed, even if you don't follow the particular business or person, it still shows up on your Twitter feed. So people will say, oh, what's that? Click on it, and then they'll see all the other amazing things that we have going on in our Twitter. We're also going to be a trend for 2 weeks, which is basically like on the side of your Twitter feed. These are just things that are always there, and if you put them in your tweets, like gets free advertisement, and it's like you can click on them and learn a lot about them. So it's just a good way to always have it there.
Another thing we're going to be doing is direct mail. Now, a lot of people don't really focus on direct mail. People kind of just throw it aside like, oh, it's junk mail, you know, I don't really need to give my time to this because they get so many. So what we need to do is really make ours stand out. So we chose to actually not go with the red energy that we're mostly focusing on. We chose to go with the blue because it's kind of more colorful and a little more unique, and we chose to go with black colors and bright things that'll kind of just catch attention and make people look, because usually they wouldn't, because just most teenagers don't really care about direct marketing, and they're just not going to give it their time unless it's very eye-catching, and that's what we tried to do with the front cover of it. And then on the back it'll just show our information, if they want to learn more, where to contact us, stuff like that. But for the main part, we just wanted it to be very eye-catching so people would at least give it their time.
Chicago is a very quick, upbeat city. There's lots of people moving in and out of the city every day. That's why we decided to put our 10 billboards that we'll be having on the major highways in Chicago. One is right by the airport, and 2 of them are on the highway going from both Loyola and Northwestern, because we want like college kids and teenagers to see our billboards. We hope that people going into the city, hopefully for the concert, Lollapalooza, will see this on the way in, and will maybe think about picking one up at the store.
Another huge way we're going to advertise is through transit. In Chicago, there's a lot of traffic, so a lot of people choose to ride the L, which is basically a train that takes you throughout the city and a bunch of suburbs. We feel like this is a really good way because a lot of our target market is from the suburbs, and there are a bunch of like high school kids who will travel into the city and around Chicago. So we feel like we have a lot of our ads are in train and a lot are out of train, like in the stations. We have 85 in-train ads, which will run on the red, green, blue, black, and orange lines mostly, because those are the trains that come from the suburbs and from the airport and are the most in use. We also are going to put 15 in-station ads, which are basically going to be in all of the large stations where a lot of different lines come together, so you can get on different
Like that one
lines.
right there.
Yeah, there's a good one. And it's just kind of like that way a lot of people coming from different directions will see our product.
This is an ad in the airport, you know, like there's banners always hanging in the airport, and this is like one of the advertisements that you see in the train, like when you're looking up, like whether it's a bus or a train, you always see printed advertisements right there, like on top of the windows. That's what that is right there.
We're also going to be doing a few magazine ads. We wanted it to be kind of simple, something that just kind of, you don't really understand what it is at first, but it's kind of looks cool and you kind of want to learn more about it. And that's exactly what we tried to do. We tried to give little information, but also something that'll spark curiosity and still pretty eye-catching. And so we wanted to do it in 2 magazines, People and AP. AP is a music magazine that a lot of teenagers read, people that, one, will be going to our special event, and just people, a target market. And then People has almost the same people who read it, and a few older people as well. But it'll just be something that we can get our name out to a wider audience in our target market.
Our radio commercial is a 30-second commercial. We're going to be playing it in the evenings, and here it is right here.
Late nights of schooling or work got you down, and then on the next day, after getting no sleep, you just feel dead. And the worst part is that this goes on for days and days. Stop torturing yourself. Open a bottle of Flare Energy today. Flare Energy only contains 5 milligrams of all natural sugar, so it won't give you a crash. And it tastes awesome. Flare Energy can be found at any of your local convenience stores. Also, be sure to follow Flare on Twitter at DrinkFlare for promotional codes and updates. So when you have no spark left in your day, remember to pop open a Flare and light the fire in your day now.
We're going to be playing these on very popular radio stations in Chicago that a lot of young people listen to, like 103.5, 89.6, or 90.6, and Q101, which is like an alternative music radio station. And here's our TV commercial.
Okay, basically our TV commercial is going to air 2 times per day for a total of 31 days. We decided to put it between 7 and 11 p.m. because that's basically when a lot of people are kind of sitting around, like just kind of debating whether they want to put the effort into going out or doing something. So then they'll see this and they'll think, okay, I can do that. I can get a flare. I can be upbeat. So we feel like that's a really good time to play it. We're going to post it on MTV, Comedy Central, and VH1 because that's what a lot of our audience will be watching. So. chose this commercial because at first it starts like everyone's kind of dreary, but then suddenly you pop open a flare and you're ready to go. Everything's bright and unique. And we picked the song What's Happening by Chitty Bang because they are an artist that's performing at Lollapalooza, so that kind of just draws in our whole audience and events.
I believe that's all we have
Yep.
for you guys today.
Do you have any questions or?
I do have a couple questions. Where did you allocate the most money? Where did you spend the most money on advertising?
I would say our transit was probably where we spent the most money because that's how we feel that most people get around, and we could just put it in so many different places there that it was probably that.
Okay. What's the one thing that Flair does that other drinks don't do?
I think the question is like, why should you invest in us, and why are we a good option for you? And I think it's just that one, we're kind of unique in the fact that one, not only is our drink special, but it's our bottle too. It's not just some plain old energy drink where you can just see a bunch of different bottles on the shelf, a bunch of different cans, they all look the same, and you're just like, which one? Doesn't matter, I'll just take one. It's kind of interesting. It has a bright liquid, so it catches your attention in the first place. And then with the actual bottle where it changes from just the F to the fire, it's just kind of something that incorporates something else, where it's just not just the drink, not just the same kind of energy that everyone else promises, but we kind of tie in something else.
All in all, basically, it's unique, and instead of being like most energy drinks where it's about like intensity, staying awake, getting through it, ours is fun. It provides you with like a lighter side that not many others provide.
Okay, good job, guys. Thank you.